So time for another trade recap. It's Monday. Took a good setup, took a trade, and it was not a good risk ratio trade again, but it was again a winning trade. Glad that I was able to find an entry and get in, get out without like losing losing today, because every day you come into the market you expect to lose. Yeah. First of all, let's go and have our daily bias. To be honest, my bias again changed today based on the market condition because I did not get any kind of entry within here. As you guys can see, a big leg to the downside, did not see any kind of entry, had to take a long on a 1 minute time frame, get in and get out. Um, but yeah, let's have our daily bias first of all. Coming into the day, as you guys can see, this is right where the market opens. So we were currently too much overbought to the upside. I really wanted to see some push to the downside, and also we did not have too much confidence to the upside. But if you go on a 4-hour time frame, you guys can see we do have this 4-hour order block. We see a big 4-hour hourly candle go up, and then we see a push to the downside, making this 4-hourly order block. I marked out this 4-hour order block, the bottom of it, and then if you go on hourly time frame, you guys can see we had this hourly high within here, and then this hourly high within there, which I did mark out. So as you guys can see, market open. We can push into this order block over here, as you guys can see, and then I also used S&P 500 is my confidence on the day, because as you guys can see, S&P 500, like let's go now, like this is where market open. It already came and took out this high and this high and even this high, so I kind of used that as my bias today also, because we already had swept out higher time frame drawn liquidity to the upside already on the pre-market, and I was like, bet I want to see something to the downside. I'm looking for short. Like my bias before coming into the market was bearish 100%. What, like there was no reason for me to look for long, because as you guys can see, we are too much overbought within there, already taken out this high, and like I wasn't able to take out that high. But yeah, from there, let's go on lower time frame. Like you guys can see over here, market came. This is that or for our order block that I had marked out over there. Pushed into that, and then we did had this high, which we did not see anything. Let me just go and remove that. And then from there, you guys can see it played out as I wanted actually. And let's talk about what my like confluences to the downside was. So coming to the downside, we did not have much. We just had this hourly low in here, and then this is a 4-hour low, like over here. This would have been my final take profit. I would have one take profit for today, and that would have been this 4-hourly low within here. And then as you guys can see, when market open, we see like 15:30, that's market open. Before market open, we see a big sell off, and I was like, bet now what? We are gonna come take out these low within here. As you guys can see, we failed to take out this 4-hourly low, and then price pushed higher, came, took out this high again, and pushed into that order block that I was talking about, the 4-hour. And then from there, you guys can see I had marked out this 1-minute break of structure. We got it over there. And then again, we had a investor value gap, disrespecting that, boom. But there was no third confluence for me on taking short. So I wasn't able to take any kind of trade within here to the downside because there was no setup. And then as you guys can see, we had also this BPR, like when the candles to fair value gap is in line with each other. I was begging the price to come push into this and to be able to take a short. Imagine if I had got any kind of entry within here. That would have been a crazy trade for me today. That would have been, let's say, I was able to get in within here, let's see, we pushed into this candle. I was able to get an entry, one and only target as take profit to the downside. That would have been a 1-to-4 risk ratio. but I was able to take a trade down here. So after we came lower, took out this, pushed into this 4-hour fair value gap, and then also this is a 4-hour fair value gap that I have marked over here. Let's go remove there. And then I was like, bet, as you guys can see, at the time Nasdaq had already come, took out this low and even this low. So I was like, bet we're gonna see some kind of retracement to the upside, a 5-minute retracement to the upside. And that's why I did not have crazy take profits, because I took the trade on lower time frame, because look, we have already prices like just selling off crazily. We don't know even if it wants to come like fill this fair value gap totally, want to push even lower because we see a big sell-off to the downside. And then I was like, bet I'm just going to look for a 5-minute retracement to the upside to be able to take a trade based on that. So if you're wondering like why my take profit is not like up there, because just imagine when you're trying to catch a retracement to the upside, like you don't have the option to put your take profit like up here. As you guys can see, if I had even waited for my final take profit to get hit, I would have lose the trade today. It would be a losing day for me. So it's just kind of like market experience, you could say. But yeah, from there, you guys can see once we filled into that 4-hourly fair value gap that I showed you guys, and then you guys can see we see a big buy pressure to the upside, and then I was like, bet now I'm 100% gonna take a long entry. Why? Because we're seeing buy pressure to the upside. I was just looking like my first confluence was like this 1-minute break of structure to the upside. From there, my second confluence was this fair value gap. Like you guys can see this small fair value gap, and it got respected beautifully. Like you guys can see, come touched into that, we see a buy pressure out of it. I did got a like not a good entry, to be honest. I would have entered best over here, but I got entered like over here, just a bit more with when this candle got created. But yeah, from there I had only 2 take profit today, to be honest. My final take profit was this high within here, this 1-minute high, and then my take profit one was this top of the fair value gap. Like I was 100% sure that the price wants to come fill into this fair value gap 100%. Why? Because we did not have any kind of fair value gap within here. You guys can see there's no 1-minute fair value gap. This is the only fair value gap price wants to come fill into, and maybe want to push lower. And as you guys can see, it was on point. My take profit one got hit, took off 50% of my position. I made a mistake. I should have taken like 70 to 65%, but I took only 50% of my position off over here. And then you guys can see Cam stop me out at break even. And even if I did not move my stop loss to break even, it would have stopped me out. And my stop loss was just below this low within here when price filled into this fair value gap. And yeah, my final take profit might get hit pretty soon, to be honest. Like you guys can see price is pushing over there. But still, let me show you guys that if you're wondering, even if I take the trade, you guys can see I'm at 1% on my 100k account, and then 1% on my 15k funded account with one fund funding. Like you guys can see it here. It's not showing like over here. I don't know why, but I could show you guys on my dashboard that I'm not lying. Like you guys can see $166, and let's go over here. You guys can see 166. So this is my first trade taking on this 15k one fund funded to my second account. And yeah, I'm hoping I get a better risk reward ratio trade tomorrow, but still a winning trade is better than a losing trade. See guys, if I am able to take any kind of trade tomorrow, I will de-risk because we have FOMC, high impact news, but that's later into the day. I would see the market condition and then risk based on that.